Do you know the one method that could save your startup from failure? Picture this. You've poured all your time, money, and energy into building a product you believe will change the world. You launch it only to find that no one is interested. The market doesn't respond, and you're left with inventory, wasted resources, and mounting frustration. It's a story many entrepreneurs face, but it doesn't have to be the end. That's where The Lean Startup by Eric Ries comes in. Since its release in 2011, this book has become the cornerstone of modern entrepreneurship. Ries doesn't just offer tips for success. He provides a revolutionary framework for launching and growing startups in today's fast-paced, unpredictable world. His message is clear. The key to building a successful startup isn't relying on grand, long-term plans. It's about learning, adapting, and pivoting quickly. Ries introduces the concept of the lean startup, a method that encourages startups to create a minimum viable product, MVP, test it in the real world, gather feedback, and then refine the product based on real customer insights. The goal is to reduce the risk of failure by focusing on rapid experimentation and continuous learning. Instead of investing months or years into product development before launching, you create a simple version, get it to market, and iterate from there. The lean startup methodology allows you to test your assumptions and ideas in real time, making it easier to adjust and pivot as needed. It's a smarter, more efficient way to build a business, one that's based on evidence and customer feedback, not guesses or assumptions. By focusing on learning what works and what doesn't, you minimize wasted time and money, allowing your startup to grow and scale sustainably. The Lean Startup Methodology, creating and testing your ideas. As you dive deeper into the Lean Startup, Ries lays out the core principles that make up the methodology. The first of these is Build, Measure, Learn, which forms the foundation of the Lean Startup process. It's a simple yet powerful cycle. Build a minimum viable product, MVP, measure how it performs in the real world, and learn from the feedback. This feedback loop is at the heart of the Lean Startup method, and it's what allows entrepreneurs to quickly validate their ideas, understand their customers, and make informed decisions about the next steps. The MVP is central to the Lean Startup approach. Rather than developing a full-fledged product and hoping it resonates with customers, Ries advises entrepreneurs to focus on building the simplest version of their product that can be tested. This approach minimizes risk while providing valuable insights into what customers really want. By releasing an MVP, you're able to get early feedback that helps you improve the product before investing significant resources. Ries also emphasizes the importance of validated learning, which is the process of using experiments and feedback to prove or disprove assumptions. Startups often make the mistake of assuming they know what customers want, but the Lean Startup methodology forces entrepreneurs to test their hypotheses with real data. This focus on learning through experimentation allows you to build a product that is truly valuable to your target audience. In addition to these core principles, Ries discusses the concept of innovation accounting, a way of measuring progress that focuses on the learning and customer feedback rather than traditional financial metrics. Innovation accounting helps startups track their progress in a way that is more aligned with the reality of building a new business. Instead of relying on vanity metrics like website traffic or social media followers, innovation accounting encourages startups to focus on metrics that directly relate to product development and customer engagement. The lean startup in action, applying the principles to achieve success. One of the most powerful aspects of the lean startup is how Ries applies these principles to real-world examples. He shares stories of successful startups, such as Dropbox and Zappos, that have used the lean startup methodology to grow and scale. These examples show how the process of building, measuring, and learning can be applied to any business, regardless of industry or size. One of the standout examples in the book is the story of Dropbox, which famously launched by creating a simple video to demonstrate the product before it even existed. The video generated so much interest that Dropbox was able to build the product based on real customer demand rather than relying on assumptions. This MVP approach, combined with customer feedback, allowed Dropbox to build a product that met the needs of its users while minimizing the risk of failure. Another key concept Ries introduces is the idea of the pivot, a fundamental change in direction based on feedback and data. The lean startup methodology encourages startups to be flexible and open to change. Instead of sticking with a product or idea that isn't working, entrepreneurs are urged to pivot, whether it's a minor adjustment or a complete overhaul. This ability to pivot quickly based on customer feedback is what separates successful startups from those that fail. It's not about sticking to a plan at all costs. It's about being willing to adapt in order to meet the needs of your customers. Ries also highlights the importance of continuous improvement. In a lean startup, the process of building, measuring, and learning never ends. Even after launching a product, you continue to collect feedback, analyze data, and make improvements. This ongoing iteration allows your startup to stay relevant and responsive to the needs of the market, ensuring long-term success. In the final chapters of the book, Ries discusses the challenges that many startups face as they scale. He explains that the lean startup methodology can be applied to companies of all sizes. But as a company grows, the focus shifts from experimentation to optimization. The principles of the lean startup are just as relevant for large companies as they are for startups, helping businesses maintain their agility and adaptability as they expand. Transforming the startup landscape. Why the Lean Startup is a must-read. The Lean Startup is more than just a book about entrepreneurship. It's a roadmap for building successful, scalable businesses in the modern age. Ries provides a comprehensive guide to creating a startup that is built on learning, testing, and adapting in real time. His approach helps entrepreneurs avoid the pitfalls of traditional business planning and instead focus on what really matters: understanding customers, validating ideas, and iterating based on real feedback. The book's core message is simple yet powerful. Instead of guessing what customers want, build a product that people actually want to use. The Lean Startup methodology encourages entrepreneurs to embrace uncertainty and take calculated risks, ultimately leading to better, more successful businesses. If you're starting a business or looking to scale an existing one, The Lean Startup is a must-read. It provides a practical, data-driven approach to building a business that is resilient, adaptive, and focused on delivering value to customers. Whether you're working on a new tech product or a service-based business, the lean startup principles will help you navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship and build a company that can thrive in today's rapidly changing world.